for Bennelong.
Thank you, Speaker. I rise today to speak in support of the Combatting Antisemitism, Hate and Extremism Criminal and Migration Laws Bill 2026, and I do so not just as a member of this government but as a local MP who has seen at close range what hate is and what hate does to members of my community. Bennelong is one of the most multicultural electorates in the country, a community where people of different faiths, cultures and backgrounds live side by side and contribute to our shared Australian story. But despite our diversity and despite our prosperity, from time to time hate emerges, and these laws today are designed to target that hate. Because when hate and extremism emerge in a community like mine, they are felt immediately. They divide my community and they make communities feel unsafe. Over recent years, I've spoken directly with Jewish Australians in Bennelong who are feeling increasingly unsafe in ways they never expected to feel in this country. Parents have spoken about their children being targeted, young people have spoken about hiding their identity, and students have spoken about feeling isolated and unsupported. This reality must be named clearly. Anti-Semitism is not vague, it is specific, it is persistent, and it causes real harm. And yesterday, members of parliament from all sides named that hate clearly in this House. And I'll single out a contribution from my friend and neighbour, the member for Barara, who spoke very powerfully about the need to confront these threats head-on. And on many elements of his speech, I agree with him. Taking on Nazis and Islamic fundamentalists is something this parliament must do with conviction and with haste. And that is what this law intends to do. Because even in Bennelong, beautiful, diverse and safe Bennelong, we have seen the real-world impact of hateful activities, where too regularly white supremacist material find its way into local letterboxes. Deputy Speaker, too often in my community, where I live and I raise my family, is targeted not because of chance, but because of what they look like and because of what they believe in. In Marsfield, more than half of residents speak a language other than English at home. In Eastwood, nearly half the community identifies as having Chinese heritage. They received vile material, not distributed to persuade or to debate. This material was distributed to threaten, to signal that they were not welcome in their own home, because that is how organised hate operates. It seeks to fracture social cohesion by creating fear across communities, normalising division and emboldening those who thrive on hate. And this is where the real risk lies, Speaker. Hate cannot be allowed to organise because it will be normalised. The more it becomes organised, the more it becomes visible, and when that happens, it's not institutions that absorb that damage, it is people. Hate does not begin with violence, but all violence begins with hate. On 14 December last year, Australia was forced to confront that reality of hate-inspired Islamic extremist violence when the deadliest terrorist attack on our soil occurred at Bondi Beach. It's a place associated with everyday life. Our community and joy became the site of a devastating loss. That moment shattered any lingering belief that this kind of violence and hate could not happen here. And disgustingly, in the weeks and days following Bondi, more hate was distributed in my community in Bennelong. Material again designed to threaten and divide. It was redacted and shared on our local Love Gladesville group, Speaker, and I'm so proud that my local community called it out. Sarah said, "These views are not welcome in my home or my country." Aidan said that these groups are an enemy of peace. And Martin hit the nail on the head when he said, "We need to send a very strong message that their BS and lies are not tolerated, and these drop kicks are not welcome in our community." To Martin, Sarah and Aidan, this bill is that strong message. This legislation strengthens penalties for those who incite hatred and violence. It provides law enforcement with a clearer tools to intervene earlier. It criminalises organised hate groups that exist to radicalise, recruit and intimidate. It holds leaders and authority figures to account when they abuse positions of trust to spread hate, and it recognises and criminalises the serious harm caused when adults deliberately radicalise children. I support this legislation, as should everyone in this place.
Yeah.